tell me that you cannot hear her now. That slow, elegant, angelic, perfectly Italian accented whisper. That balanced nobility and simplicity. Those eyes, big, dark, fixed on you, regardless of what or who was swirling behind those eyes, always holding tears and a twinkle of hope at the same moment. Tell me that when she kissed you on both cheeks, hugged you, searched for your hand, held it soft and light, so reassuring and warm, tell me your heart wasn't burning within you. Tell me the world's crowded clutter and confusion, the people, the pressure, the pain, didn't all stand still, stop, silent, suddenly, even for a moment, like it was just you and her. The gift of Franca Carella. Everything about her was you. Now, here, pulling you in to the immense possibility of love, pushing you towards the immense possibility of vita nova, your new life. Everything about her was, well, it depends on who you talk to. Before their marriage, while Tony was on a course at a cooking school in Bologna, Franca insisted he visit her uncle Giulio Cesare Pompeo. And if the name didn't intimidate Tony, the Inquisition at that Galleria Cafe did. Why? Why do you want to marry our Franca? Zio interrogated. Tony sought words quickly. Then in between sips of espresso, he blurted, "È una donna rara." She is a rare woman. No, Uncle Giulio Cesare Pompeo interrupted, no. È una donna unica. She is a unique woman. Let's agree, rare and unique. Our Franca Carella. And stronger, simpler, more stubborn and selfless, the more the world stripped from her. And this world stripped much from her. From a noble castle in Zara to playing in the mud of imprisonment and post-war refugee camps, from an international refugee nurse in Naples to the first director of social services at Villa Colombo, to a little 1980 magazine article in Vita Sana that changed it all. With parents, siblings, and 2 of her own children lost too soon. And stronger, simpler, more stubborn, and selfless, the more the world bestowed on her. And the world bestowed much. Countess of Vergada, inaugural recipient of the Order of Vaughan, Doctor of Sacred Letters from Huntington University, when really everything about her was simply, selflessly you. Now, here, her 18,000 Vita Nova children and their families, restored, gifted a new life. A group of government funders once gathered at Vita Nova one evening. They probed about Vita Nova policies and procedures, the need for a 6-week program. They asked her about outcomes and evaluation. Franca smiled, listened, and then whispered, "Here is all I care about." She called Anthony to come in. She hugged him and kissed him on both cheeks. Anthony talked about living on our streets, in shelters, and then in a jail cell. He had one final ask. God, if you are real, get me out of my hell, please. Anthony says, I go to this weird place off Highway 7 with lots of birds. This woman with a thick Italian accent comes around the corner and says, "Welcome home, stay with us." And she hugs me, Anthony says. Me. Nobody had hugged me in 691 days. Anthony is pulling wire in a condo in Toronto right now, working with wife and family, waiting for lunchtime. Vita Nova. Franca stays with him. Sandra is prepping dinner, cutting vegetables for a minestrone right now. She knows the kids won't like it. Hubby will ask for seconds. Vita Nova. Franca stays with her, with us, with her soulmate, the man she would always say, who gave her breath and strength, words and will, Tony, with her brothers, children, her grandchildren, great-grandchildren, nieces, nephews, family, friends, each and every one of you here, near and far. Tell me you can't feel her right now. That slow, elegant, angelic, perfectly Italian accented whisper that blended nobility and simplicity. Those eyes, big, dark, fixed on you, somehow holding tears and a twinkle of hope too. Her kiss on your cheek, her hug, her hand soft, light, so reassuring and warm on yours. Tell me your heart isn't burning still within you. As we gather here today, filled with love, to celebrate the gift of our Franca Damiani Carella, and pray her towards her immense reward, her deserved Vita Nova.